Taking the lead.
Setting Claymore.
Hi, it's Zubbo975, and today I want to talk about online multiplayer. Now, online multiplayer has been with us a long time now. When I was a kid, you couldn't play video games online because we didn't have the internet. But then became the era of online gaming. Now, the first sort of online gaming I got into was strategy games over PC. It took forever, wasn't that enjoyable. But then we got the first couple of shooters that you could play online, and it was an immense experience. It was highly enjoyable. Now, these games were quite old, and some people used to take liberties. Everyone I know used to turn their brightness up so they could see people more clearly. There was a lot of people that I used to play Ghost Recon where you could use the binoculars to see someone, then switch to your pistol and cross-map snipers. Physics engines weren't the best on the early shooters. Now, the fun part of that online multiplayer experience, you know, it was great, and it was kind of like a swimming pool with perfectly clear water, and people liked it. Now, as I said, some people took advantage, like using the binocular glitch on Ghost Recon and using their brightness up, but it was minor things. And then you started to get the people that properly cheated, that actually did learn how to cheat properly, go into the game code and give themselves God mode and things like that. And that's when you started getting people pissing in the pool that was multiplayer. And unfortunately that muddied the waters a bit. And they had to add clawing in. You used to have things like Punkbuster on PC and stupid programs that would look at your computer and say, oh no, you've got a cheat program running. And it's not, it's your virus software. You know, and you had all these rigmaroles to try and stop people cheating. And over time, the water of the pool got more toxic and more horrible. But online multiplayer was still an enjoyable place. Now today, if you take a look at the state of online multiplayer, between the amount of cheats, the levels of just horrifying communication sent backwards and forwards, the amount of times you get told to kill yourself in an evening, I would say that online multiplayer now is not like a chlorine pool. It is like a septic tank with a dead body floating in it. It has gone to that sort of level of toxicity. I mean, take that swastika emblem that guy in my team's touting as his emblem in Black Ops 1. This is a rare gameplay that I was able to capture without an invisible god mode hacking guy in. You know, every other game seems to be somebody cheating, boosting or doing something in the older Call of Duties. It is a toxic, horrible place. It is quite amusing sometimes with the amount of abuse you get. I mean, I say to some of my friends, it's like, oh yeah, I was told to kill myself like 20 times last night, and some 9-year-old said he'd had sex with my mum. Yeah, it was wonderful, it was great. I really like making people that angry. And I admit, I'm one of those people who does occasionally piss in the pool of multiplayer. I do like winding people up. It's part of the fun. I do post videos of reactions of people, or I used to, on Black Ops 2 on Xbox 360 when multiplayer was a little more vocal than it is now. Since switching over to the new consoles, nobody seems to want to talk anymore. I still get the occasional rage message, which is quite gratifying. And you know, oddly enough, only when I play the old CODs on a 360 emulator do I actually hear people shouting and being abusive. It's just, I think the older consoles at least people spoke. And I actually, you know, I don't really have a problem with the trash talking up to a level. There is, I think, a cap on what should and shouldn't be said in online multiplayer trolling and conversations. Certainly anything sort of racist, homophobic, you know, that there are lines that you shouldn't really cross. But general taking the piss out of each other, I'm all for. You should be able to trash talk your opponents. It's part of the game, it's part of the fun. You know, you're engaging in simulated warfare across the world. It's not to be taken too seriously, it's a bit of fun. But I do think that we need to do something more as a community to stamp out cheats in online gaming. And it's not just the shooters, it's not just Call of Duty. I mean, I love the Elite Dangerous community. I think they're an amazing community. I'm active on the Reddit forums, I make YouTube videos for Elite. I think it's a great game. However, there are still combat loggers in Elite, which are embarrassing, and it's people who will switch their Xbox off to avoid dying, which is kind of sad. It's a very simple cheaty method that they use. I can't believe I didn't notice I only had one bullet left here. What a dick. But I do get away with it with an Oliver style jump shot. Yeah, I do use my paddle more, it's true. So, like I was saying, it's embarrassing. People combat log in Elite Dangerous, which I think for the most part has a wonderful online community, and then you get people who blatantly cheat. So you get it in all games, you get it in all communities, but I think more needs to be done. We as players need to start cleaning up this cesspit of a place. You know, we need to start playing fairly, we need to stop cheating. People need to stop rage quitting when they're losing, because nothing shafts a multiplayer game more than, you know, everyone running away because they're getting their ass handed to them. I was lucky in this game, not many of the other team quit. I don't think anyone on the other team quit, and I actually captured a good gameplay. But that's rare to get. It is, because 9 times out of 10, once you call in dogs, half the other team leave, and it then slows the pace of the game down, you get knocked out of your rhythm, and the gameplay goes to shit. So, all in all, we should do more. We should do more to stop people cheating, and we should do more to improve the way we behave when we play online. I don't rage quit games, unless the connection is like 1 bar and then I leave, but that's like a legitimate reason for leaving. I don't rage quit if I'm getting beat, I just stick in the game, because there's always another game starting soon and I'll get my revenge. I'm confident enough in my own ability. If I join a lobby and the team's getting massacred and there's dogs out and I go 0 for 3 in the last few minutes, it doesn't bother me. I know the next game I'm going to do better. I get wrecked here by a sniper, but at least this guy's playing legit and he's not cheating, and I don't mind getting wrecked by someone who's not cheating. People need to stop cheating, and people need to stop relying on cheats to do well in online multiplayer games. Play fair, have fun. It's a much nicer environment if everyone did that. And that's all really for this video. That's all I want to talk about. Thank you very much for watching.